say, what you say. Yeah, I got 1,000 confessions, of these life-learning lessons. Yeah, I'm still counting my blessings, yeah. We did it. Okay. Yeah. You know what we gotta do a little bit. Take me back. I won't go nowhere. I won't go nowhere. Real talk. Let me tell you a story about a story. You see, this boy grew up but not maturely, and the way he lived wasn't according. The way he walked wasn't a sure thing. He never had an idol but had idols. Yeah. He believed in God but not the Bible. Yeah. He resort to violence instead of violence.
Welcome to Four Corners News. That's right, where the truth speaks. I am Captain Zakar. To my right,
Captain Tobias.
And to my left,
Captain Severus.
And to his left,
Officer Daniel.
To his left,
Officer Azaniah.
And to his left,
Officer.
And to his left,
Officer Phillip.
And we make up
Four Corners News.
Let's praise the Most High. Thank you for tuning in to Four
That's right.
News. We bring out the truth of the Bible, showing you that the Bible is a true book. All right. So we got a FCN special this week. We're going to call this, I'm Addicted to the Great Whore. Whore with a capital W. We got a lot of people addicted to the great whore. We're going to dive into some of those things and how to get up out of them, Lord's will, life lasts, right? So let's first off, we got to dive into what it actually is, what addiction means. Let's pull up that definition of addiction. Let's read that for them.
Addiction, the fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance, thing, or activity.
What's those similar words? Let's go to some of them similar words down there.
Dependency.
Addiction is dependency. You can't live without it. Keep reading.
Dependence, craving, habit, weakness, compulsion, fixation, enslavement.
Is what?
Enslavement.
That means that it controls you. You don't control it.
Right.
Whenever it comes upon you, you do what it tells you to do. You can't fight. You don't fight back of it. Yes, a boss, and you do exactly what it tells you to do. Let me get this scripture. It just came to mind. Romans chapter, I believe it's 6, because Paul mentioned this enslavement. Romans chapter 6, and let's read verse 12. So let's see what addiction really is. Read that.
Romans chapter 6, verse 12. Let not sin therefore reign in your mortal body, that you should obey it in the lust thereof.
You are slave to the lust thereof. So addiction is actually sin. Right? Now just you can have the negative addiction, or you can have the positive addiction. But there's only going to be 1/3 of the nation of Israel that's going to have the positive addiction that God wants.
Right.
Many of our people are going to have the enslavement addiction that they are dependent upon. It controls them. It moves them. It's basically sin reigning in their mortal body.
That next scripture is saying the negative and the positive. Read verse 13.
Verse 13. Neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness unto sin.
That is the negative addiction to sin and to Babylon and to everything that it gives you to lust after and get addicted by. Read.
But
that word now is saying there's a flip side to the coin. Read.
but yield yourselves unto God.
Become addicted to God, his commandments, doing the right thing, love, all the fruits of the Spirit. Read.
As those that are alive from the dead, and your members as instruments of righteousness unto God.
That is the flip side. What Cap is saying is very, very true. You got the negative addiction, you got the positive addiction.
Yeah, we got to examine what side of that addiction are we on. Give me that in the one in Corinthians that speaks about being addicted.
1 Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 15. I beseech you, brethren, ye know the house of Stephanus, that is the first fruits of Achaia, and that they have addicted themselves to the ministry of the saints.
See, it's going to be a few people that find that addiction to the ministry of the saints. It's only going to be a few that's going to find that, because that's going to require some righteous sacrifice. That's going to be some self-sacrifice to do that. Give me the one in Job. Go ahead, Cap.
You know what that's also going to take? It's going to take you to detox from the negative side, get out of it, get into some therapy, right here, the Bible, get amongst your brothers, amongst your sisters. You're going to have to detox for the stuff that we've learned since we was born.
That's right.
Whether it be intentional or non-intentional, we learned it 20, 30, 40, 50 years or whatever age the Lord called you into this truth. You're going to have to unlearn the evil, and then now you're going to have to get on the path of learning to addict yourself to the other side.
Right.
You're going to learn today.
Exactly right. Give me that in Job chapter 23. Some more on that, the flip side of the addiction. Job 23, verse 12, the one that few will find. 23 and 12.
Job chapter 23 and verse 12. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food.
That's addiction. That's the flip side of the addiction, because food can also be a addiction that can destroy you, that you're a slave to. You can't fight back from it when the craving or the urge comes upon you. That's what you just have to follow it and fulfill that lust, that sin of it. But you could also be addicted to the commandments of God and desire those more than your necessary food, because that's not what actually sustains us spiritually. Get that in Matthew chapter 4, I believe it is, what Christ said.
4 and 4.
Yep. All praises.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
See, the one thing that the world has forgotten or chooses to deny is that Christ was addicted to the ministry of the saints, and he esteemed the word of God more than his necessary food. He lived by that. They try to make Christ seem down to earth, like he obeyed God, but he also celebrated Christmas. No, he didn't.
Nah, never.
Christ obeyed God, but he kept Easter too. No, he didn't.
He was around sinners, so he was not part of the sin, y'all. No. It was when he was around those sinners, those publicans, like it says in them harlots, it was correction, trying to get them back, win them over.
Exactly right.
How does a man that is considered austere, meaning serious, unwavering, cold, whatever? How did that man that is depicted as austere, how do you get he also indulged in damn togas and all type of stuff? How do you even get that?
In sin.
In sin.
There you go, in sin.
Exactly what it is. Give me that definition from Merriam's about addiction. They go into a little bit more detail of it. Let's read it.
Merriam-Webster Dictionary definition of addiction: a compulsive, chronic, physiological or psychological need for a habit-forming substance.
Now, I like what it says, a compulsive, chronic, and it also could be physiological, which means it's in your body, or psychological need for a habit. Let's go back to that, what I had in Romans chapter 6, what I called. Romans 6. And read that again where we left off at 12 and 13.
Romans chapter 6 and verse 12. Let not sin therefore reign in your mortal body, that you should obey it in the lust thereof.
Be compulsive to it, and it's chronic. Go ahead.
Neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness.
The members is the physiological part of the addiction. That's your members. Yep, your body. Go ahead.
Neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness unto sin, but yield yourselves unto God as those that are alive from the dead, and your members as instruments of righteousness unto God.
Now, this is what I wanted to get to. Read the 14.
Verse 14, for sin shall not have dominion over you.
There we go. It should not be, a sin shouldn't be an addiction to you where you're compulsive. It's chronic. It's all through your body. It rules you. It moves you in the way that you should go. You go here because it's sin there. You go to this club because it's sin there. You buy this because it's sin behind it. Right. You're watching this because it's sin behind it. Sin reigns in your body. Ain't no righteous. When the Bible, somebody bring up the Bible, you go the opposite way. Right. That means sin reigns in your body.
Correct.
Go ahead.
I want to jump up to verse 16 real quick, because there's an important element in that. Read that real quick.
Romans chapter 6, verse 16. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey.
Right there, yield. At the end of the day, you have the power to do it. You either going to serve the Lord, right, and have that addiction to the gospel, or you're going to yield yourself to sin, where you, like Cap just mentioned, you're going to make provisions for the flesh, basically. You're going to begin to, all right, you say this, you know what, I'm going to download this app, knowing damn well your sin is entangled in that app, right? Instead of just deleting it and staying away far from it. You yield yourself now. You give it power.
Good point. Keep reading. Finish it up, man.
Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants you are to whom you obey.
You go obey. So when it's time to upgrade that app, guess what you're going to do?
Boom, you upgrade. You pay for it.
You pay for it.
But you know what that goes into? It says, ye yield your servants to obey. His servants ye are to whom you obey. That means that you can't be full of sin and still consider yourself righteous.
Right.
You can't be godly and a sinner at the same time. You can't be warm and you can't be lukewarm.
Right.
You're either cold or you hot in the eyes of God. And many of our people today are addicted to the great whore, but yet and still in their mind, they think that they are servants to God when they're actually servants to sin. That's what they obey. And it's ultimately going to bring what? Read on. Whether
of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness.
That's what it is. You're either going to be addicted to righteousness and get eternal life, or addicted to sin, which brings forth death. Right? So now the thing we got to dive into also is, what are some of the things people are addicted to in this great whore? Let's pull up at next link, and let's see some of the things that people are addicted to. Let's read that.
Things people are addicted to: alcohol, opioid, heroin, sex addiction, exercise addiction, barbiturates,
Northern Kingdom,
methamphetamines, drugs, nicotine, cocaine, inhalant, benzodiazepine,
whatever,
gaming, food addiction, prescription drugs, plastic surgery.
Now I want you to go to Revelation chapter 17. So them is just some of the things that you could be addicted to, and they're found in more places than just one, but God described the place where they're found the most at. Revelation 17 verse 1.
Revelations chapter 17 and verse 1.
Look what God says. Go ahead.
And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgments of the great whore.
The great whore. This means that, it's whoredom everywhere else. It's you can find whoredom in Russia. You can find it in China. Hell, you can find it over there in Iraq, in the Middle East. Yep, you can find it there. But in this place, God says specifically, this is the great whore. This place right here, it outmatches everywhere else. And the person that's found here, Go to Maccabees. Look what God called it, the great whore. What type of people are here for it to be the great whore? First Maccabees, chapter 1, and I want you to read, where we at? Let's start at 1, and then we'll jump.
First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian.
They call him Alexander the Great in history, right? Go ahead.
Who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece.
So we know we talking about a white man. This is the first king over the Greeks, which was Alexander the Greek. This is who they teach him all throughout Western culture, history, and society. You learn him in social studies class. They make you take tests on him, everything. They got movies about him. They make sure they idolize their ancient heroes. Everybody know this is a white man. He ain't tan. He ain't that light skin. We know that this is talking about a white man, right? Now, I want you to jump up to verse 9.
Verse 9. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
That's all his generals. And what happened after that? After his friends, his other white buddies, his Edomite buddies put crowns upon themselves, what happened in the earth?
So did their sons after them many years.
Their sons did too. And what happened?
And evils were multiplied in the earth.
Evils were multiplied where?
On the earth.
So wherever this white man is, wherever his kingdom is, and where his sons have crowns upon their head, they call them presidents today.
That's right.
Wherever they are, evils are multiplied upon the earth in that location. God said in Revelation 17, what did he call it again?
A great whore.
The great whore. Because evils multiply here. They start here and splinter off into other places of the world. And we'll see some of that as we go on through our class. But this place is the great whore. And it's more whoredom than other places, to where people become addicted to it here and destroy their lives. They destroy themselves. And we're going to get into some of those things of how they destroy themselves. But you don't really hear about these addictions in other places on this level of how it is in the great whore. And jump over to verse 18 to show what the great whore is, so everybody know.
Verse 18. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city.
That great city, which is where?
Which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
That's none other than America. So we know that great whore in verse 1, where the evils be multiplied at, yeah, that's America God talking about right there. Precept, he don't want you to mistake this for Russia. No. No, this ain't Rome either. Although we're going to explain who the great whore is even more in detail as we go down. Jump down to verse 5 now. Look what God labeled the whore too. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great.
Now, this is the thing why God said when this great whore is in power, it's going to be a mystery, is because everybody is going to be... their judgment is going to be clouded.
There you go, right.
By the pleasures that this whore offers them. Everybody know. All us men know.
Yep.
They glory in the city.
They glory in it. When you full of lust, your judgment's clouded. Go ahead, officer.
I was saying, because a lot of times to go and tell our people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that America is actually against them, we turn out to be the enemy. And they say, how? This country gives me welfare. This country gives me food stamps. When the hurricane hits, they are the ones that send out the paramedics and the ambulance.
Yeah.
Because
the aid and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why God had to put in and say Mystery Babylon, because it has all of our people in the trick bag.
Yeah. Give me that in Isaiah. Watch this. This is also, it's a mystery. Why would it be a mystery when God called it the great whore? We should be able to identify that place easily, right? It rules over all the cities of the earth, all the great kingdoms. Isaiah chapter 30, and I want verse 10.
Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 10.
Yep.
Which say to the seers.
No, 29 and 10, my bad.
Isaiah chapter 29, verse 10.
Yep.
For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep
Uh-huh.
and has closed your eyes.
That's why it's a mystery. Their eyes is closed.
Right.
They can't see what we see. They can only hear us talking to them.
Right.
Their eyes is closed. So we describing to them what the great whore and the things that's going on. Their eyes is closed, shut. They don't see it how we see it. All they can hear it, and they can hear it, but I hear what you're saying, but I just don't see it.
That's why the Spirit of the Lord got to descend upon you.
There you go.
That's the only way you're going to see Babylon.
That's it. Keep reading.
For the Lord has poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep and has closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have he covered.
Uh-huh.
And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed.
That's why it's a mystery. The book's sealed to them.
They don't see the oppressors in the Bible.
Right.
They don't see their own miseries. They counting on their 401ks, right?
Yeah.
Their vacation time. That's what they're counting on.
Exactly right.
They so blind to they rationalize our slavery as the best thing that could have happened to us.
Yeah.
How does
Damn.
200, 300, 400 years of bone breaking work and getting beat and skin tore off your back, dogs sicked on you? How is that the best?
Pull up those videos that Cap got about them chanting, and let's go go into what you talking about.
Yeah.
We traded that for
this.
300-400 years of backbreaking
Amazing.
chattel slavery. Chattel means you was referred to as like animals and
Yeah.
cattle and stuff. Cattle.
You
Heard
was-
it up.
It should be.
Did you put it in there?
It's a pot. I just put it in the pot. I ain't put it in the lineup.
Go ahead. Put in the lineup while we finish this script out for him. Read that again from the top, verse 11.
Isaiah
You gotta
chapter
put it in there
29,
for
verse
us.
11. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed.
It's a mystery to me. Go ahead.
And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned.
Now the reason why too. Now check this out. Why they can't understand it? I'm not learned. It's sealed. Jump back up to verse 9.
Verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken.
They are what?
They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink.
Now let's see who wine and who drink they've been drinking. Go back to Revelation 17. Read verse 2. Whose wine they been drinking that they can't see? It's a mystery to them. The great whore.
Cat, whose wine they are addicted to.
Whose wine are they? Damn, that's a good one right there.
Cold
In my
Bible, next to it, it says pleasure and riots.
Damn.
That's what it says next to it.
Damn.
Verse 9. Pleasure.
This is gotta get one of them 1611s.
1611, I'm telling you.
Lead.
Put you there. Play that video real quick before we show who wine they be drinking. And it's pretty much gonna tell you. Let's go with what Cap said. We traded 200-300 years of being treated like cows for this. Go ahead.
Amazing.
Traded it for that. Y'all got the other one or just that one?
This is ridiculous.
Now, we're going to play it again, and I want you to get ready to pause it. Pause it.
Hold up.
That's the dead. That's the one. That's closed eyes right there. Look at it. It's lifeless. Everybody, they're lifeless.
Damn.
Sleep.
Full of that wine.
Full of that wine. Now read Revelation 17, verse 2.
Revelation
Whose wine they've been drinking that got them addicted. Go ahead.
Revelations chapter 17, verse 2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Of her fornications. They drunk with the great whore's wine. That great whore's wine it got everything in it. Witchcraft and all. Go ahead, officer.
Yeah, just wanted to add, like, you finished with the script, Cap?
Yeah, go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Because that's why God, when he wrote the scriptures about, being you got to study constantly so you can fight the wiles of the devil. That's when he said that. Read that.
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober.
Be what?
Be sober.
Uh-huh.
Be vigilant. because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
All that stuff that's out there is to make sure that your mind can never stay sober. And you know, when your mind is not sober, you cannot pass right judgment on yourself and on others.
Good point.
And just to land back off of you, going back to 1 Maccabees chapter 1, read verse 40. This is how they get you to not be sober, to get you filled with that wine. Verse 40.
1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 40. As had been her glory, so was her dishonor increased.
49, I'm sorry.
Verse 49. To the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances.
So the way that they get you drunk, they got to make you feel good. And when you push away that law, everything is going towards your flesh, things that make you feel good, thus separating you from God.
Good point right there. Play that video y'all got. This is what we traded it for. We drunk with this. We're going to go back to that link here on Google too in a minute, but play that. Right there. Pause it.
Amazing.
Now look at this. This is how sleep we are as a people. This dude's a billionaire. We know damn well he don't know nothing about the struggle of blacks and Hispanics working at McDonald's for $9 an hour. But he come in there and shake up some fries, makes us feel like we have made it, like we won, like he's down to earth, he's humble. No, you just being used.
Ain't no way.
I don't even think he ever turned on the stove in his house.
He
And you know,
You
know that is not to appease any of his people.
No.
You know exactly who that is.
Absolutely.
He's trying to make it look like it's an honorable job.
Yeah.
Don't be mad to be wear
It's
these
an honor
chains.
in you.
Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to wear these chains. Wake up early and serve us.
I know you sleep, but let me put you to sleep some more.
Man.
Amazing.
Now let's go back to that Revelation 17. We'll read that again. Let's read 1 and 2 together, because we was precepted from Isaiah 30 of why the eyes of our people are closed and they can't see, and the book is sealed to them. 17, 1 and 2.
Revelations chapter 17, verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
So the inhabitants of the earth, which would be us, we are drunk with her fornication. Get it in Micah chapter 2 and verse 11 to show what that fornication is that has made us drunk, man. That you bring people cold hard facts. It don't matter. That wine tastes better. This wine I'm addicted to. It's compulsive.
Because you know people that are alcoholics, their preferred meal is alcohol. They wake up in the morning, alcohol. Lunchtime, alcohol. They might get 2 or 3 pieces of fries, but the rest of their consumption throughout the day is alcohol.
Now read what God says that is spiritually.
Micah chapter 2, verse 11. If a man walking in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink.
Wine and strong drink. Go ahead.
He shall even be the prophet of this people.
That's why when you bring cold hard facts of the Bible, precept upon precept, and lines up perfectly, people still won't receive it because they are believing in the false prophet that gave them that wine that got them addicted. So they can't hear you. They won't open up their eyes to see what you see. They're going to keep their eyes closed because they know if they keep their eyes closed, they'll keep getting that wine that makes them feel good in their fornication. Go back to Revelation chapter 17. Let's read verse 4.
Revelations chapter 17 and verse 4. And the woman was
the
arrayed.
Great whore. Go ahead.
The woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones
now,
and pearls.
This is one thing you got to realize, too, about this great whore. She going to keep you addicted through her looks. She going to make sure she look good on the outside. She going to have the finest jewelry on. What does America have? It's got It's got the best place. Oh, you got a mall here. You got a shopping center here. You got fancy cars over here.
You
got a new cell phone over here.
Hey, you know how that's true? Every country outside of America, like you got your Jamaicas or all your islands, your Africas, all the third world countries or Hades or whatever, they look at America as the golden city, the whatever they call it.
Streets are paved with gold.
Streets are paved. They would get 300 on a small raft and capsize just to get to the great whore. They will risk drowning. They will risk. They know the boat can't handle but 5-10 people, but they put 300 on there. They get halfway and they all drown just trying to get to this woman arrayed in purple, scarlet, decked with gold, silver, and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand. They will go ahead.
No, go ahead.
They're saying they will risk their lives. Hell, our people came through South America, walked all the way to Brazil, and walked all the way
through Darien Strait is what it's called.
Yeah, the Darien Strait. Hey, ankle swole. My wife, family member, whatever, however many times detached, she walked thousands of miles just to get to the great whore.
Damn. She's decked in what it say? Purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. So the great whore keep you addicted by the way she look on the outside. You can't leave her. Now watch this. Give me that in the book of Proverbs. Watch what it says here in Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 7, and I want you to read verse 14 on down.
Proverbs chapter 7.
Proverbs chapter 9, verse 14.
Proverbs chapter 9, verse 14. For she sitteth at the door of her house, on a seat in the high places of the city.
On high, right? The great whore, she's above all the cities of the earth. She rules over all of them. Go ahead.
To call passengers who go right on their way.
Come to America. Come, the land of the free. Look at all this gold and precious stones we got for you. Go ahead.
Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither.
Everybody simple come here. They don't know that this is the great whore. They don't know this is the great whore that's going to do what? His place right here going to destroy you. They don't know that. Now, what? Give me that. We're going to hold our finger here, but give me that one in, was it Micah? About being simple. Is it Micah chapter 2? Yep, Micah chapter 2. And I want you to read verse 10. The simple come here and don't know this place is going to destroy you. Go ahead.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted.
It's what?
It is polluted.
It is polluted. Go ahead.
It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction.
But the simple don't know that, because why? She's decked in gold and pearls and costly array. Come on in here. Come on. You want some of this? Come this way. Not knowing this place going to destroy you once you get here.
And you see that because for the most part, our people, although they're without knowledge, they teach the kids, if you Israel, manners, you teach them all of the things, how to cook, how to clean in these islands and these other countries. But as soon as they come to America, they become degenerates.
Right.
They ain't going to school no more.
What do they call them? Babylonianized.
Babylonianized. You meet them day 1, week 1. Yes, sir. No, sir. This is that and the other. But week 2, done.
You can't talk to me like that. I have rights.
That's what you
get.
One video I saw of a guy that Levi, he had got his citizenship, and he was going home to his little 1-2 bedroom apartment. And what did he tell? He told his daughter, he said, I am American.
I'm a citizen now.
I'm a citizen. I only speak English now. I do not speak any Creole anymore. That's that simple, not knowing this place is going to destroy you. Go back to Proverbs chapter 7, and I want you to read that 16 again.
Proverbs chapter 9, verse 16. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. And as for him that wanteth understanding, she says to him, stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant.
This is the place where whoremongering or adultery is pushed on the earth. This is the place where they have websites called what's the one? Ashley
Ashley Madison.
Ashley Madison.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Where you can sign up for an affair?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, even the CEO, the owner, he committed adultery on his wife.
Obviously. The website.
Yeah. She got him for every day.
Play that video real quick. Cap just posted it.
Oh, there you go, right there.
I got your citizen now. Daddy Dio pas parler créole encore. C'est English ou parler seulement.
US citizen. I don't speak Creole no more. I speak English only.
There you go.
Damn.
That's
got
destroyed.
on and everything. He fully suited now.
He said, I don't
American
speak
citizen.
Creole no more. I speak English only.
You know why that's important? Because now we read it earlier in Maccabees how they want to assimilate everyone so that you can forget where you came from. The humility, whatever it is, especially targeting the children of Israel, where we do forget our morals, our values, what's important to us. That's the whole purpose of the great whore. So that way they end up winning. They think they going to live forever. They think their kingdom going to reign forever.
Yep.
So what you see that is just the surface level of it. Well, you're American now. You're now in the land of milk and honey. No, you're in the land of darkness, right?
And the darkness that shall surely destroy you. Because like I was saying about this, I think it's called Ashley Madison.
Right.
That's what we said? Ashley Madison? Okay. But this is the place where the website is that you can be married.
Yes.
And they will help you commit adultery.
Yes.
Right.
Help you find a hotel.
Everything.
Everything from top to bottom.
Everybody on that website is married. To be able to get in the website, you got to be married in order to commit adultery.
Oh, that's crazy.
I've never been on there, but
Hey.
I figured you probably got to send in a marriage certificate.
That's
and
my
prove-
thought. That was my thought too.
It's like, what's the point of getting married?
No,
Like that's this. It's like they made
So,
it. for
hey,
you to
read it
commit
again.
What did they say?
Read
Verse
it
17.
again.
What did the great whore teach? Verse 17.
Stolen waters are sweet.
That's why they on that website. That's why they get married, because the stolen waters is better than to sneak around and risk my life.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the thrill, that I
yeah.
lost in my marriage.
Right.
The great whore tell you stolen waters are sweet. You can commit adultery here. Go ahead.
And the one thing too with that verse, that's her seducing you to do more sin, like you were saying.
Yep.
Yep. And also marriage. Marriage, let me get that Hebrews 13:4, right? Because what America teaches, marriages is obsolete. It don't matter. Have 6 or 7 babies out of wedlock. Do whatever you want. And then abort them if you feel like it. Hell, whatever. Read that. Hebrews 13:4.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4.
Because this is what God says. Read.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled.
The bed is undefiled. Read.
But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
But America says it's okay to be a whoremonger, the Ashley Madisons, all the extra stuff. But God says marriage is honorable. Play that video and listen to what Babylon have done to her. This woman drinking from the cup of Babylon. Listen to what she says, even though God says marriage is honorable. Listen to this real quick.
I don't think I've ever been able just to be my natural self and be comfortable within the confines and of marriage. I've had to alter, change. I've had to compromise myself, compromise what I believe in, my values. I've had to sacrifice. I've had to work so hard. I've had to give up so much. It's like a deal with the devil. I look in the mirror and I'm like, who am I? What have I become? It wasn't supposed to be like this, but it's because I believed all these made up fantasies and lies about what marriage is going to be and how it was going to be this benefit, this wonderful thing for me. Safety, protection, love, identity. And the thing about it is all those things are beautiful, but you don't need to be married to have them.
Wow.
I just know with every fiber of my being that this is not for me. And honestly, I don't see how it would be something that would be beneficial to any woman, to be honest. Wow. I feel radicalized almost because...
You could cut it.
Wow.
Look what you hear what Babylon did to her?
The great whore.
She wants to be free and do whatever she wants. She goes into talking about the first 2 or 3 weeks, how she felt like she has gained herself. Yeah, because she got rammed in.
Yeah.
You did all the things and the evils that Babylon offered you.
Yep.
There you go.
Go back to that Proverbs chapter 9 and read verse 17, 18 again.
Proverbs chapter 9, verse 17. Stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant.
But this is the thing about this great whore that decked herself in gold and all of those costly arrays and told you to come here. You didn't know it was going to destroy you. Read verse 18.
But he knoweth not that the dead are there.
The who?
The dead are there.
That's what's here in America in the great whore. It's full of dead man's bones. And specifically the children of Israel's dead man bones. The dead live here. There ain't no life outside of those that have repented. Everybody here is walking zombies in whatever lust or whatever lie that they chose to drink, whatever they wanted the wine to taste like when they drunk it to make themselves addicted. That's who's the dead here in this place where the great whore is. Now watch this. Keep finishing. Read it out.
But he knoweth not that the dead are there, and that her guests are in the depths of hell.
That's where we are.
Right.
This place is a living hell for the dead. It's a living hell for the dead. Damn. Shush. Go back to that Revelation 17:14. We went there to show she got to make it look good on the outside to get you to come here. Right. But once you're here, you're trapped. You didn't know. Yeah, the dead live here, buddy. This the depths of hell. You can't get out once you come here. You know what? How you can't get out with the depths of hell?
Right.
Because they are so good at propaganda here, they will make you think that Africa is a damn third world country, and there is no places that are beautiful, that that there's no green trees there. There's only babies with big bellies and flies in their eyes, and the whole continent is poor, and you bet not leave here. There's no place better than here, the great whore. That's because once you got here, you can't leave because hell got you trapped. You can't even believe somewhere's better than here.
Right. She's not going to allow you to believe that another woman is better than her.
Damn.
And you know how you're not going to be able to leave here, even though you may leave? Even if you go back to your Jamaicas or wherever, you will never think the same no more. You will never, ever think marriage is honorable. You will never think to be humble, submissive. You will never think to work hard, do things that are honorable and honest. You men would never think raising your kids is honorable again. You will go back to where you from, but your mind will be forever altered like a substance abuse. Your mind is forever altered.
And one of Esau's biggest weapon is marketing. They'll put all their good, beautiful cars, women driving it, and then all that. You know, I remember one sister on TikTok, she made a video from Africa. She said, you call Africa poor, but there's no such thing as credit. Because America has a weapon that they use, what's called credit, right? You leave you in debt for centuries. And in Africa, it's not the same. But the third world country is not the same. They own that stuff. They own it. So you see someone with a car, they outright bought it. But here in America, you see someone driving it, you still in debt.
The house you got.
The house you in debt
You
forever.
still in debt.
You never
the
own
land
it.
you never own it. The land you own the house, but not the land. So they can come take your house that is on the land.
Amazing.
And then later on, you might die. Now your kids have to pay. That's how crazy it is.
You don't find that suspicious?
The house fully paid off, but your kids still paying on
now.
That's crazy.
I could never forget when I was in high school, right? This Brazilian kid, he came and he was like, he came for like America for like a few months. He was like, this is just like my country. It's like the difference is I have stuff for my own.
Boy, ain't no way.
He stayed there for a few months. After he went right back.
There you go.
He was like, there's no benefit to being here. He went right back.
But here they make you think that it's nothing better outside the depths of hell. Go back to Revelation 17. Let's read that verse 4 on down again.
Revelations chapter 17, verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet colors, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
Hell was in her cup. That's exactly what's in it. Go ahead.
And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
That's what I said. They start here. Wherever this Esau is, and he has put crowns upon his kids' head, this place is where the abominations of the earth start and branch out to other places. That's why God called this is the great whore. You'll find sodomy in other places of the earth, but it's not like here where the great whore is. You'll find lesbianism in other places, but not like here where the great whore is. It's the most here. Now jump over to verse 9 to show who that great whore is.
Revelation chapter 17, verse 9. And here is the mind which has wisdom.
That means you understand the scriptures, right? Go ahead.
The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth.
Now, this is not talking about the 7 mountains of Rome. This is talking about 7 empires of the earth. Go ahead.
And there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen.
That's how you know that it's not one place, because the 7 heads and 7 mountains have 7 kings. There ain't 7 kings in one place.
Right.
They're all over the earth. They're spread out. That's why the 7 heads are 7 kingdoms that are of Esau.
That's right.
Read that again, verse 10.
And there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen. And one is
current, meaning that's what is in your Rome. It's existing on the earth at this time that he's writing this, which is Rome. Because watch this. Go back to Revelation. Revelation chapter 1. I said go back to Revelation. We already hit Revelation, ain't we? Revelation chapter 1, is that what I want? And give me that where John was, verse 9.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 9.
Can you pull up the place in verse 9? Go ahead.
I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation and in the kingdom and patience of Jesus Christ, was in the isles that is called Patmos.
It's called what?
Patmos.
Called Patmos. And Patmos is what? It's an island right outside of Rome. Let's pull it up. Let's pull up the images for them. Go to images so we can actually see it. Images. There we go. Yep. Anyone? Come on. Right down to second. Go back. Let's do the second row, third pick. Let's see if we can find it right in there.
Bruh.
Oh, it's right there. Okay, pull it up. Let's see. Yep. Can we zoom in on that where we can see it? Where are we at? Oh, this ain't got it marked. All right, y'all got to find me a different map. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. All right, it's dropped. But you can't see what's around it. All right, you can't see what's around it. Let's drop it. All right, let's drop it. But, all right, so we know where he is. Rome. Outside of Rome. All right, go back to Revelation 17.
Revelations chapter 17 and verse 5.
If y'all can find a better picture, it'll be good. Go ahead. Verse, where you at? We in verse 10.
Verse 10. And there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen, and one is, and the other is not yet come.
Not yet come. That meaning that it's Great Britain. One's on the earth, and the other one's not yet come. Keep reading.
And when he cometh, he must continue a short space.
Uh-huh.
And the beast that was, and is not, even he is the 8th.
Drop it, y'all. Y'all don't know what the heck. Y'all don't know what y'all looking for. Y'all got to study. Drop it, man. Oh, these pictures y'all showing right here. Drop it, man. We'll go over it later. All right, read it again. Verse 11.
Verse 11. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th.
He is, it says the beast that was in your vision and is not, even he is the 8th. That's Great Britain. Go ahead.
And is of the 7th.
It is of the 7th. So look at this. What we're looking at is America that came out of Great Britain.
That's right.
So we see the 8th was being America and is of the 7th, which would be Great Britain. Go ahead.
And goeth into perdition.
It goes where?
Into perdition.
It goes into perdition, because we all know that Great Britain or America branched off from Great Britain, right? And it became what? 1776. And they said what? The British are coming. The British are coming. So the 8th head there is America, and it came out of the 7th.
That's right.
All right. But so let's get into this. Give me that. Go back to that link that I had up earlier about some things that you could be addicted to. Because I want to get into some of the things that the great whore has his people addicted to. Yeah, let's pull it back up. So let's read those once again.
Things people are addicted to: alcohol, nicotine, opioid, cocaine, heroin, inhalant, sex addiction.
Who?
Sex addiction.
The one that is most prevalent now is sex addiction. I want you to click on the down link to let's read what it actually is.
Sexual addiction is a state characterized by compulsive participation. Compulsive participation.
Compulsive. You can't help yourself. You know it's wrong, but you still do it. It's compulsive. Go ahead.
Or engagement in sexual activity, particularly sexual intercourse, despite negative consequences.
Negative consequences. You know you're about to catch AIDS. You do it anyway. Go ahead, officer.
So compulsion is not average Negro word. I looked it up.
Okay.
So the second definition to compulsion says an irresistible urge to behave in a certain way, especially against one conscious wishes. So you don't even want to do it, but you forced to do it now because you done did it so many times.
That's you being a servant.
Yes.
To sin.
You're a slave. It's enslaved you. You didn't drink the Kool-Aid, you drank the wine of the gray whore.
Damn.
Wine's stronger than Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And speaking of that wine, the more that people drink, the more that you get drunk, the more like basically when you're trying to get rid of it, the more your body needs it. It's like basically an addiction, like we've been talking about.
Physiological,
Yep. Chemical, physiological addiction. Read the next column it got right there. Sex addiction, column. There we go.
Sex addiction. In modern society, new medias and the internet have developed.
Hold on, wait. Where does it come from?
New medias and the internet have developed an increase in sex addiction.
New medias. You know what them new medias are? On the phone.
Yep.
Porn on the app. Vulgar music videos.
Right.
Ads like I know where we are. You got an ad that says your wife is hot.
Oh yeah.
Fix the AC. Fix the AC, but it says your wife is hot.
Yeah,
big.
but it's an air conditioner commercial that says your wife is hot and she's posed in a sexual manner.
And there's another one that talks about insurance, but she's sucking on a spoon.
Really?
Y'all didn't see that?
No, I ain't seen that. I don't want to see that.
Wait a minute. But Cap, you know what's another heavy media? Social media.
Yeah.
You can't go on there without seeing sexual content.
Yeah, right. It's in the ads and everything.
And Amalek own all of it.
Yep. Exactly right. Increase in sexual addiction. Read the last part of that. Just like
the abuse of other substances.
Read that last column. Let's see what it's saying.
The causes of sex addiction include neurotransmitter imbalance. Damn,
that means it's destroying your brain.
I mean, you're not sober.
You're not sober. Go ahead.
Damage to brain regions mediating human sexual behavior. Emotional dysregulation.
And we're going to watch a video that speaks on that. Let's read that last column.
Just like any other addiction, compulsive liars feel a sense of reward after telling half-truths or bona fide yarns. The pleasure gleaned from lying.
Okay, go now. Let's go to that video that it goes into sex addiction and listen to it. We'll watch about 2-3 minutes of this, but listen to what he says because he makes some good points. Go ahead.
It has never been harder to win than right now. Why? Because every single day you are frying your brain. You are killing your attention span and you are killing your focus. You're killing your testosterone. And because of all of that, you are killing your success. The average person has a worse attention span than a goldfish, and that's who you're competing against. So on the good news, that means that just with the tiniest bit of discipline and work ethic, you are already ahead of 90% of people. And before we even begin, you need to understand that your ability to control your urges is directly correlated to your success or lack thereof. If you cannot control yourself, if you cannot be disciplined, you will never be successful. It is simply impossible. And that is why it's so important for you to master your urges. And all of that starts with desexualizing your brain so that you are no longer ruled by your primate brain.
Pause.
So
it said desexualization of your brain. We are so bombarded by sexual images that we don't think nothing of it no more.
Right.
Yeah.
We see half-naked people on the internet. You see cleavage. You see people with no shirts on. People running, jogging around with no shirts on, and women in daggone spandex and leggings, and they breast out and everything. We are so over-sexualized that our brain is fried to the point it don't even bother us no more. You point it out to somebody, they be like, huh? What? What are you talking about? Huh? Ain't nothing wrong with what I got on. You can literally see, oh, it's okay. My husband likes it. Oh, damn, I didn't even know you were married.
And Cap, that's crazy because the Lord, you notice the Lord, when he was talking about this place, mainly, he was talking, the whole time was bringing out, it was a harlot woman and wine, being drunk with alcohol. Can we get Sirach 19?
Yep.
Sirach chapter 19, read verse 2. A harlot woman and wine.
Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 19 and verse 2. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away.
That's going into falling into the addiction, the lust of Babylon. God warned us already. He said, wine, you better watch out for wine and women. And you got the drunkenness from Babylon, drinking of the cup of her wine, and then God described her as a harlot woman. Go ahead.
And he that cleaveth to harlots
Babylon the Great
will become impudent.
Stupid.
Lose all sense.
And then one thing too, as time goes on, evils are multiplied. Just like with when you start drinking, not
one cup.
The one cup is enough.
It's not.
Not with Babylon.
Not enough.
Oh, not enough.
Go back to that video. What he said we got to do. Let's play it again.
Today, I'm going to give you the only 6 steps you need to desexualize your brain and regain control of your life. Because it's having that very control over your mind, your body, and your life that will ultimately lead you to success. Now, here's the interesting part. Truly desexualizing your brain actually has very little to do with sex and has everything to do with something else. But I will get to that a little later in the video. So for now, let's get into it. The first step is to stop watching porn.
Stop it.
For real.
Cut it out.
Stop watching porn. Get that in Proverbs. Go back a little bit so you can see what that said right there.
Stop making chicken tenders.
The first step in overcoming your addiction to the great whore, stop watching porn. What I want, Proverbs 31. Is that what it is? Or 30? Whichever one. Yeah, let's see if you got that. Okay, he don't know the precept. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 18.
Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 18.
Bless your heart. Go ahead.
There be 3 things which are too wonderful for me. Yea, 4 which I know not. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with a maid.
A way of what?
A man with a maid.
That's porn. That he's describing porn in an ancient way. He said, I don't know the way of, he said, I have not watched that, is what he's saying. My eyes ain't gleaned on that. I know what I do in my bed with me and my 700 wives that he had at the time, right? But looking at somebody else, he said, no, I ain't did that type of stuff. That's because we're not supposed to be watching what is now known as porn. Pull it up so people can see it. I already told y'all do that. Pull it up. Stop watching porn. Solomon told you. He said it's too wonderful for me, man. He said too much for me to see that stuff. And you ain't gonna destroy my wisdom that I got with that. Read on verse 20.
Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness.
That's what they think when they're in those porn. Like they don't call it adultery or fornication. They call it a job. That's them. I have done no wrong.
My body, my choice.
If y'all know, it's a dude, a white dude, that went viral. His name's Adam 22.
Yep.
He's an Edomite. They already profane and vulgar as it is. They the ones that created this stuff. But he let his wife sleep with a man, black
black dude. He's a porn actor.
Yeah, black man. He's
Yeah.
another porn star, and it wasn't anything. It was just work.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
That's an adulteress.
Yeah, he says that she can't do it on her own. She only can do it when he watched. That's some evil, right? Yeah. Talking about something she ain't do nothing wrong.
So the first thing to not be addicted to the great whore, which her way of trapping you in hell. This is one of her nets to keep you trapped. Is porn. That keeps you addicted. You don't want to leave here. There's no other place you can have it. 24 access of it like here.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Go ahead, play that.
First and foremost, you need to stop watching porn. Now, listen, this may sound obvious, yet 99% of young people simply cannot stop. I would say that watching porn is by far the worst way which you sexualize your brain. And let me explain to you why. You see, the problem isn't just the amount of time that you spend watching porn. I mean, sure, if you stopped, you'd have an extra hour per week or something like that. But that's just a very minuscule side effect compared to the rest. You see, porn literally fries your brain and robs you of focus. Don't believe me? Just look at the science. There have been multiple studies that link porn usage to the erosion of your prefrontal cortex.
You can't even think no more.
Your brain that regulates your emotions, your actions, and more importantly,
that's why a lot of guys that watch porn, especially y'all in the truth, you awkward as hell. You socially awkward. You don't know how to move around people. That we ain't doing this stuff. You like your brain fried. You in front of us like this. What you say? I didn't hear you. It's gone. It's fried. Hey, I didn't know I should have did that. You can't even think because your mind on board. Right. Your mind, somebody tell you to do something, you can't comprehend how to get it done because somewhere along the process of trying to get it done, porn jumped in your mind. Oh, I gotta watch some porn when I get home. Oh, damn, I forgot what I was supposed to do. Right. What was it you said again?
The whole day done went by. Night done went by. You done forgot.
You know how in Sirach 38 it says how they do the work so much that they always hear the sound of the hammer banging.
Mm-hmm.
And they hear all they hear is the same.
Oh, Lord. Hey, easy. Because it says the prefrontal cortex is in control of emotions. Brothers that just go straight from 0 to 60. You ask them to do something or somebody say something, they just go crazy. Their actions and their willpower. Their ability to say no or yes to something, they cannot control themselves.
That addiction is taking over your body.
That's how the old folks used to know when the young people used to have sex and watch porn.
Yeah. You done did
doing something. Yeah, you all of a sudden
immediately they knew.
Right. Yeah, you all of a sudden run off at the mouth. You can't stay home. Oh yeah. She or he doing something.
Yep, you into something. You doing something. Yep, exactly right, man. Give me that next article of the how it destroys. Pull that one up for me. Yep, pull it up.
Medium. How porn destroys men.
How what?
How porn destroys men.
Porn destroys men specifically, right? Let's see what we want here. Let's read that paragraph.
Most men think it is normal because almost every man watches. It is not a surprise that most men are unaware how it impacts their brain, psychology, and physiology. They are either largely ignorant of their negative consequences of porn, induced masturbation, addicted, and going down the rabbit hole. Is a porn-demic imminent.
A porn-demic. Damn. Let's read the numbers at a glance.
Numbers at a glance. 1 in 4 searches in Google is porn related.
Addicted.
Wow. Damn.
Addicted to the great whore. Yeah. Man, 1 in 4?
1 in 4?
Sheesh.
Babylon makes that thing very accessible.
Yes.
That's 25% of all searches. It's billions of searches a day.
Yeah, it's going to say it.
Okay.
Keep reading.
92% of men, 61% of women watch pornography.
Hey, sisters, y'all ain't exempt either.
Right.
Y'all sisters watching it too.
Over half of y'all.
Yeah, you watching it. You're better at hiding it.
Right.
But
with your damn douche.
That number is higher because there's more women than men.
Yeah, you're right. Out of the
Exactly.
92%. Good point.
Yeah.
Good
Damn,
point.
so
So it's
no
more
matter-
than women.
So no matter how many, whatever the percentage of men, 61% of women is still
Higher than
men.
92% of men.
Damn.
Boy, ain't no
Damn.
way, boy.
That's why
That's who they
all,
watching.
that's why all of them they do OnlyFans and stuff. Like
Yeah.
a lot of them do that stuff.
Good point.
Damn, that's why that lady said that she felt stuck in her marriage. She was one of that 61%.
Yep, there you go. Read that next one.
About 12% of all sites are porn related.
Mm-hmm.
Pornhub, number 4. Pornhub is in the top 10
Go ahead.
most visited sites.
Uh-huh.
About 12 billion plus visits a month.
How many?
12 billion plus visits a month.
That's just one site, y'all.
Owned by Amazon.
Owned by them Jewish people.
Yep.
That is one site. 12 billion
A month.
on one site. And how many throughout the year?
150 billion visits a year.
They addicted.
And I just looked up how many people are in the world. It's 8.2 billion.
So them is addicted.
Repeat.
Those
Those
are
are
addicted.
repeat.
Those are the
Everybody-
crackhead.
Those
You know,
are the crackhead addicted.
yeah.
They can't help themselves. Keep reading number 5.
Average age in the USA for
Now listen
boys
to this.
is 11.
Is what?
11.
Is 11 years old. 11-year-old boys watching porn.
Yep.
So Babylon the Great gets you early. They get you
That's how they are addicted, and they can't get out. They don't see another way of life.
Boy,
They
ain't no
can't
way,
see.
boy.
Their eyes is closed. From 11 years old, they've been watching that,
and
touching themselves.
Parents.
and Cap. That's the reason why I said as time goes on, evils they multiply because once you start at 11 and you get exposed to that evil, it becomes normal to you.
It says Pornhub is $14.99 a month. So $14.99 a month
Times
times 12
150.
billion or 150 billion. Man, them dudes is making a lot of money. I don't even feel like doing the math for so much.
Don't tell.
Damn, 50.
Ah, man.
We
Not
get a
all
script.
good
Yeah,
money
go
is
ahead, Cap.
Go to Proverbs 2 and verse 11 real quick. All right, we're gonna read that. Verse
Proverbs.
11.
Proverbs chapter 2, verse 11. Discretion shall preserve thee.
Discretion shall preserve thee. That's our only weapon. Watch this. Keep on.
Understanding shall keep thee.
Mm-hmm.
To deliver thee from the way of the evil man.
Come on. The
From-
evil man who created porn. Right? He set this up. Babylon the Great set it up as a trap to destroy us. Right? Lead us away from the understanding of the Bible. Read on.
From the man that speaketh froward things.
Come on.
Who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness.
Walk in the way. Now you got your frontal lobe destroyed. You can't communicate. You can't fight for your people. Nothing. Why? Because your whole mindset is in porn. Raj, keep reading. Keep reading.
Who rejoice to do evil.
Who do what?
Rejoice to do evil.
Come on.
And delight in the frowardness of the wicked.
Read.
Whose ways are crooked.
Whose ways are what?
Are crooked.
Come on.
And they froward in their paths.
Read.
To deliver thee from the strange woman.
And that's the end of the, because look, you're not gonna make a good choice. You're gonna probably choose a woman that resembles what? A harlot.
Yeah.
Right.
You've been watching her all the
Based off
time.
lust.
All based off lust.
Boy,
now
no
it's
way,
now
boy.
you got dysfunctional marriages, single family homes, because it was all based on what
Damn,
you
that's a good point. You can't even watching porn would destroy. It will delay and destroy how you pick a woman because the people that you gonna watch on there, they all got cosmetic surgery.
Right.
They addicted themselves.
Right,
They addicted to
right.
cosmetic surgery. So they got breast implants, Brazilian butt
Yep,
lift,
yep.
BBLs.
Everything.
So now you look at a woman like that all the time, and then when you finally try to wean yourself off of it, since you're not gonna watch it no more,
Right.
you want it in real life. Now you want a woman that look like that. So every time a woman that don't look like that,
No.
you know, even if they good, come across your table, you're like,
Nah.
not my type.
There you
Right.
go.
They're
Not your
That's not
type.
my type. What's your type? The porn.
Right.
That's your type.
The body slave.
The body said that's your porn. What's that one called? Something the diamond, whatever
Right.
it is.
Body, though, something like
Something
that.
that's your type. That's not real.
Amazing.
Your mind's destroyed.
They're gonna wait
Ain't
for
no
a porn
way,
star to
boy.
repent, Cap.
Yeah.
So the
They
one
try.
God made for you came by your way the one that leadership says, man, that's a good sister. She don't fit the tall, brown, whatever the hell you used to sit there in the dark looking at every night. She don't fit that. And you be like,
she's all right, but not my type. I think I'll wait. Damn, bro, they've been 5-6 years you've been around here. 7, 8 years. What's going on?
They're looking for a woman that's made out of 5 fingers.
You don't find
And her name is called what?
Pamela.
Pamela or Pamela. She got to have that has to be her name.
Right.
The foot.
Oh, man. Go back to that article that we had pulled up. I appreciate y'all. I'll tell y'all when to move on. Let's go down. Let's go down on that. Scroll down. Now, let's see. That's the age range of it. Scroll down some more. Now, let's see the top 20 countries. Let's see who it is.
Number 1.
Scroll up. Come on, y'all.
Top 20 countries by traffic. United States.
The great whore.
Babylon the Great.
The great whore.
By far.
By far. That's why God said, yeah, look, it's other countries. Remember we read earlier, I mentioned, I said it's other countries. It's whoredom everywhere else on the earth. But God made specific. This place is the great whore.
Right. It's
3-4 times as much.
Right. I'm about to say there's no close race. It's the great. It's
greatly exceeded.
Greatly exceeded all the other countries.
And you would think Brazil would be on the map.
Because of the Brazil BBL?
Yeah, no, not there. Nope. All of them, Brazil, they live in United States.
Right.
Look at that. It says top 20 countries equal 80% of the daily traffic on the websites. But America is by far greater than all of them. This is the great whore. Y'all addicted, brothers and sisters. You're addicted to this stuff, man. We can't be addicted to it. Let's scroll down and see if there's any more on that. Keep going.
No fat.
Yeah, you're going a little fast. Go back up. Okay, go down. Keep going. Right there. Go ahead.
Evolution and brain wiring. Evolutionary men and women are promulgated to be attracted to each other. Programmed, Programmed to be attracted to each other and meant to engage in physical intimacy so as to have offsprings. One of the primal need of both sexes was to leave a legacy. And there's no better legacy than having your DNA passed on.
Read on.
This isn't just restricted to humans. The animal world is the flag bearer or archetype of this primitive function. Unfortunately, the humans of today don't even see having kids as a necessity.
We see that a lot of people say, no, I'm all right, I don't need no kids. Why? You automatically know they addicted to the whore. Yeah. They watch porn. Right. They're addicted. Oh, no, I like my freedom. Are you addicted to something that the whore has in that wine and you don't want to do what God said to do? Be fruitful and multiply.
Right. Even when you have 2 or 3, you can afford them. But you say, it's going to take away my time.
Mm-hmm.
You have got to be kidding me.
Scroll down to the next paragraph.
Our brain and body hasn't really evolved to current cacophony. Too much tech, social media, less human interactions, less physical activity, less sunshine. And it's the same with fantasizing to unrealistic women and men.
There we go. Fantasizing to what?
Unrealistic women and men who perform online to titillate your senses.
There you go. It's unrealistic. But once you are caught up in this great whore's depths of hell, you don't know what's real no more.
Nope.
You don't know what's real no more. All right. Let's go to that. Go ahead. What you got, officer?
Yeah, if you scroll down to the bottom, you're going to see this red, blue, gray looking thing. Keep going. Keep going. It's coming up. Look at that. There it is. You see the graph, right? It says the addiction is real high. Everything else in your life is down, right? Now read what it says in the bottom.
To break your routine and get a similar reward, You need to find something that will replace the current routine.
That's what you got to addict yourself to the ministry. Right? When you addict yourself to the word of God, you now you feel like, okay, damn, this is good. I'm reading stuff. My brain is working better. I'm starting to learn. I'm like, you're getting a new addiction. That's why it's important for you to drop that stuff.
Yep. Good point. Good point right there, man. So let's go to that next article that we got about the 10 most common addictions. Because it's other than just porn out there. But that's one of the major ones today, but it's more out there. Let's pull it up. Let's see. Read that.
Addiction Center, 10 most common addictions. People who want to take back control of their life should know as much as possible about their addiction. These are the 10 most common substance dependencies across the United States. Here are the 10.
Go ahead.
Alcohol, number one.
Number one. Let's go to the next one. Alcohol's number one. Maybe we should read that alcohol. Go back up. Let's read that.
Yeah.
Let's read that because that could be a silent killer amongst us. Go ahead.
As of 2020, 10.2% or 28.3 million people aged 12 or older.
Wow. I didn't know that one.
How these 12-year-olds getting all this alcohol?
Same way they're getting all that porn.
Yeah, that's
11
in the under the hood and under the tree in the car.
Go ahead, read on.
People aged 12 or older reported struggling with an alcohol use disorder. By far, alcohol is the most commonly abused substance in the United States.
In where?
In the United States.
Man, this great whore got many addictions, y'all.
It's going to be number one in all of them, probably.
Many of them, man. This is the great whore Babylon, man.
Yep.
Whew. I'm glad we're exposing this, man.
Right.
Yeah, much needed.
Damn.
Go ahead.
That's
In
why
fact-
it says we're in a living hell.
Yeah. Go ahead.
In fact, according to the 2020 National Survey on Drug Abuse and Mental Health, nearly 140 million people reported drinking alcohol in the last month. To put that into perspective, that's nearly half of all people over the age of 12.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Number 2, nicotine.
Smoking. Go ahead. Down to the third one.
Number 3, marijuana.
Uh-huh.
Getting high.
Number 4, opioids.
Which is pills.
Right.
Number 5, inhalants.
Inhalants would be the vapes.
Vapes. Yeah. They mix it with different drugs.
Spray paint.
Yeah.
For the
Or the
trailer
thing
trash
you,
white boys.
or you clean out the keyboard with what's the little
Duster, yeah,
whatever.
aerosol,
Yeah.
Aerosol.
Sniffing
Aerosol.
markers.
Yeah.
You great.
Marcus, yep.
Go ahead.
Number 6, cocaine.
Cocaine. Go ahead.
Number 7, heroin.
Uh-huh.
Number 8, stimulants. Number 9, benzodiazepines.
Stimulants go into Adderall,
Steroids.
your attention deficit disorder pills, or your what's that?
Xanax.
Xanax and all of that stuff.
Okay.
Right.
Read that.
Number 10, barbiturates.
Now, I'm going to sum all this up. Give me that in 1 John. 1 John, and I want you to read chapter 2 and verse 15.
1 John chapter 2 and verse
This is
15.
what all of those top 10 go back to. Read it.
Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
That's where it come from. Those addictions that actually that destroy the body, that have you hooked, you're a slave to them. That's because you love the world and the things that are in it. You have to love not the world or the things that are in them. Keep reading.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Because you love what? Barbiturates. You love stimulants. You love alcohol. You love opioids. You love porn.
Right.
You love those things more than you love God. Read on.
For all that is in the world,
All that is in the world, all these addictions that separate you from God,
the lust of the
they
flesh.
all pertain to the lust of the flesh. All addictions, you wouldn't do them if they didn't please the body in some form or fashion. Even if it brings negative consequences, we so jacked up with the addiction that we'll do it even though it's hurting us at the same time.
Wow.
Read that again, verse 16.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world.
It's of the world. To be addicted to anything outside of the ministry and the word of God and the commandments It's of the world, which ultimately brings death. Go ahead, Cap.
Yeah, that lust of the flesh goes to Galatians chapter 5 and verse 19. Read that. It's called the works of the flesh here, but in John it says the lust of the flesh. Read.
Galatians chapter 5 and verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest.
The lust of the flesh are manifest. Read.
Which are these?
Adultery.
Adultery.
Adultery is one of those addictions that you our people have in Babylon the Great and all over the world, but chiefly the great whore.
That's right.
Read.
Fornication.
Fornication that goes to the porn, that goes into all types of stuff. Those lot lizards, if you drive the trucks, and you know, they knock on your window, and hey, it is what it is. Read.
Uncleanness.
All uncleanness. Read.
Lasciviousness.
That's evil sexual lust. The evil stuff that you can go into that's outside of adultery. All that stuff is evil, but that's some evil, far-fetched foolishness. Read.
Idolatry.
Idolatry.
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
Hatred.
Hatred. You see all of that. We killing each other wholesale. You learn those things in the great whore. We read.
Variance.
Having problems with each other.
Emulations.
Copying each other so bad to where you're willing to kill them for it. Read.
Wrath.
Strife.
Seditions. Heresies. Envyings. Murders. Drunkenness. Revelings. And such like, of which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things,
if you are caught up and bound up and wrapped up into your sins, read,
shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
There you go. Addiction will keep you out of the kingdom of God. Right. Let's go to that next one that we've got up here, because a lot of some things that people, you might not think of it as that, but it's still an addiction. Give me that next article. Pull it up.
Could you be hooked?
Could you be hooked?
Surprising addictions.
Surprising addictions. Let's read.
Smartphones.
Hold on. What is?
Smartphones.
Smartphones. A lot of us be addicted to the smartphones.
How much, Cap? That if you get down the road and you realize you left your phone in the bed,
you turn it
you
back
will
around.
be late.
You
You don't
all
get down the
traffic
road,
laws.
Cap. You get out the door and be like, nah, let me turn around.
Yeah,
I got it.
I'll be late for work. I'll be all right.
I'll
I
be
get there
all right.
1 minute early. I'll be all right. 1 minute before clock in. I got to go back and get my phone. Let's see what it say about that. Go ahead.
You can't quit it, can you? You keep it with you all the time and check it every few minutes.
Damn. We getting cut right now. I'm
about to say I'm getting
cut.
That's why we need to return to our king.
Yeah, I'm
we
getting
got
cut.
wipe out this.
ain't gonna be no cell phones. when
That's
Christ
right.
returns.
That's right. We ain't gonna need them.
All praise.
Go ahead.
You work too much because you can't turn it off on the weekend. You ignore the people you're having dinner with to catch a text or a post from someone miles away.
Hey, Cap, you know that part right there? Talk about you don't turn it off. Remember when phones used to have the batteries when you could take the batteries out of the phone?
What does a great whore do?
Hey, said y'all ain't taking this battery.
Y'all not turning me off.
We need your full attention.
We need it.
Even when you turn it off, if you say, "Hey Siri," the little blue thing gonna pop up. Boop.
Hey, Cap, remember yesterday when you turned off your phone and you turned it back on, all of his apps was still on there.
Still live in the background. I reset the phone.
Yeah.
You don't find that suspicious?
I said, damn, they don't even delete the apps in the background when you reset your phone?
Nope.
We was waiting on you to come
There you
back.
go.
Damn, you great whore.
Hey, Cap, that addiction keeps running.
There you go.
Say,
They want me to stay. They want you to stay addicted.
There you go.
trapped.
Locked in.
Welcome back, Captain.
Yeah. I was waiting on you. Dang.
Get help.
Finish it out.
Get help from a doctor, counselor, or other professional if your phone is getting in the way of your life.
Now let's read some more addictions. What is that one?
Caffeine.
Hold on, man. Can we see the picture? What y'all doing? What are y'all doing back here?
Pay attention.
Caffeine. Now, I know some people. What are y'all doing, man? Who the hell
Stop
is on the
moving
ones and
it.
twos?
New guy. It's a new guy.
I know some people they gotta have their cup of coffee every morning. You hear statements like, I ain't got my day started yet.
Right.
I ain't had my cup of coffee.
Yeah, don't even talk to me.
That's addiction right
Yeah.
there.
Well,
Captain
not only
versus
coffee,
addiction.
Cap. That goes. Us that do the energy drinks too. It's
Yeah,
full of caffeine.
yeah.
I can't start my day without energy.
Damn. Damn, man, you better stop it, man. Gonna tear your kidney up.
Yeah, man.
He energy drinks.
He can't go start
You
a
got a
without
Celsius. And,
The gray whore got you,
man.
man.
He got you.
You know how you have an addiction of that stuff. It's meant, caffeine is supposed to be when you have low energy. You wake up in the morning, you're full of energy.
Yeah, good point.
You're supposed to be full of it. You just want to drink it.
Yeah.
You just want to drink it without you being tired.
Without your caffeine, you are full of emulation and rap and strife.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Boy, ain't no way.
Third one down there. Chocolate and other sweets. All right.
I like it.
Read that. Let's read how it keeps you addicted.
Chocolate and other sweets. Sometimes you have to have it, and you may not be able to stop. Don't feel bad. Foods high in carbs, fats, and sugar can affect your brain just like drugs do.
Damn.
The bad fats, not the avocado fats.
Go ahead.
Jonesing for an occasional milkshake doesn't mean you're hooked, but your sweet tooth can get out of control and lead to other health problems.
An addiction. Go ahead.
That was that sound bite that y'all had with the big back.
Yeah.
Big back.
Big
back. Scroll down. Let's go to the other ones. Shopping.
That's my wife.
Yeah,
Shopping. Let's go down and read that. Read it.
Somebody send them a message.
We've all bought something we don't really need.
Amazon.
If it happens a lot, what you're really looking for might be some dopamine, the feel-good chemical for your brain. It could also mean you have impulse control problems or anxiety issues.
Now, how does the great whore keep you addicted to her through shopping? Every time you go to check out with what you have at the cash register, what does she got for you? Something you can grab real quick right there. Here goes some gum. Here go this. Here goes some magazine. Ross.
Yeah.
Damn, Ross make you go through a maze.
Yes.
To get to
go like this.
You gonna get something before you leave here.
Hey, they got
Marshall, no matter where it is.
popcorn.
Headphones.
You got the all flavor
cookies.
popcorn on
You're
the
like,
curb.
let me grab this cup. I need it for tabernacle.
Yeah, the little, what is it called? The little metal cup.
Yeah. Jug.
Bruh, they got it all.
They call it the impulse station.
There you go.
So I remember when working at Starbucks, they said, make sure you restock this location right here because it's very important. They'll put their magazines and their CDs right there with the mints because they know.
Nobody
you want to
read
grab that coffee, you want to grab a mint, you want to grab a CD, you want to. So they called it an impulse station. Yep.
Exactly right. Impulse is addiction.
There you
That's
go.
what it is. Because that's a part of it. That's one of the symptoms of addiction.
Right.
Boy, ain't no
Let's
way.
go down. Let's go see the rest of them. Let's move through this. Gambling. Go ahead. Plastic surgery. That's new. That's a new thing. BBLs. Yup. We done seen Lil' Kim destroy herself with plastic surgery.
Man.
Many other people. Go ahead. Tanning. That's Edomites. Straight up. Go ahead. Exercise and addiction. Some people can't do that. Yeah, they worship their bodies. Yeah. Go ahead. Social media. Once again, let's scroll down. Let's keep seeing what it say. Sex is on there. Keep going. All right. Let's go to scroll down a little more. Let me see what they got. Okay. All right. So let's skip that one right there. Go to the next one here. Go to what is social media addiction? Go ahead.
Healthline. Why is social media so addicting? While social media can seem like mindless and relaxing fun, it actually has a significant effect on your brain. Whenever you log on to your favorite apps, dopamine signals in your brain increase.
Yeah.
These neurotransmitters are associated with pleasure.
Yep. Go ahead.
When you experience more dopamine after using social media, your brain identifies this activity as a rewarding one that you ought to repeat.
Now go down. Let's go to oh no, go ahead. Keep reading that one. Keep reading. The positive
feelings experienced during social media use are only temporary. The way your brain engages in this positive reinforcement is also seen in other addictions. Thus, as the feel-good dopamine wears off, you'll go back to the source.
Yep. You pick it up your phone again. Go ahead.
In this case, social media for more. In some cases, social media can be a welcome distraction if you're isolated due to work or an illness. The more you engage, the more your brain will tell you that it is an activity that can help reduce loneliness, which may not necessarily be the case, actually. What are the downsides of social media addiction? engaging in social media once in a while is unlikely to be harmful.
But
However,
that ain't how it works. There's no addiction that you engage in once in a while that is not harmful. Every time if it's addiction and you engage in it, it's going to hurt you in some way, shape, or form. Go ahead.
However, there are negative effects to consider when overusing social media.
Now read the first one. Watch this.
Low self-esteem.
Now we see that happening. That's why I've in the last few weeks I've seen more Haitians bleaching their skin that I like to see. I know they don't look like it. He said they was Jamaicans. I was like, something ain't right with them. They don't look right. That's bleaching, that low self-esteem from the social media, the TV, the ads that they see. Keep reading.
Increased isolation and loneliness, anxiety and depression, onset of social anxiety disorder.
You're weird. You just can't interact with people. Now go down. How do you know? Let's see. How do you know if you have a social media addiction? All right. Let's see if it's gonna cut any of us. Read the first one.
Negative effects to your job or schoolwork due to the overuse of social media.
You get fired, you get rolled up, whatever, because you stay on your phone. You can't. They tell you no phones, and you get caught with it on swiping on her. Go ahead, next one.
Increased use during other activities such as hanging out with your friends and family or while eating.
You know what that looks like when you sit down with a bunch of people and you look up and everybody's on their phone around you.
Everywhere.
Everybody's on their phone. You sit down, all y'all walking together, and the moment all of y'all sit down, y'all do this.
You know that's like a person that smokes cigarettes. Every time they drive a car, they got to file for cigarette.
Yep.
It's a habitual thing.
Yep.
And you know, Cap, you know when it's real bad? When the person that you sitting next to, you're in their DM social media commenting on something they posted. They sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
You got a problem.
Hey, and you know another way of that's increased use during other activities that we are addicted is going to cut all of us. Yep. Driving and on your phone.
Yeah.
We all cut.
Oh,
you cut.
man.
I'm cut.
I'm cut.
You cut. Let's put the camera on them. Y'all cut. Cut.
Oh, look at Pat. Y'all give you the little church finger.
I had to repent.
Cut.
Man, I started cutting that stuff.
Yeah, for real.
That means that we are even addicted to the great whore.
Cap, we got mercy because sometimes we doing the work.
Yeah,
repost it.
But you can check it at the light. We check it while we literally drive.
That's why I check it. I check it
got
at
to
the
be
light.
around us during that time.
After that one time, I almost, crashed. I was like, nah.
Okay. God had to warn your ass.
Check.
Put it down.
And you know how we're addicted? Everybody's phone got the capability. So when you're driving, when it recognize you're driving, it'll won't allow you to go to social media if you turn it on.
Really?
None of us turn it on.
I didn't know I had that in my phone.
Yep.
You probably disabled it a long time ago.
Drive mode.
Drive mode.
That's the one.
If somebody message you, go ahead.
It will literally stop you from doing everything, messages, whatever.
Really?
And it'll let the
person.
It'll
wait till you stop.
It'll let everybody know. Let's say they send you a text. It'll say this person is driving. He'll get back to you.
I think it only gives you like the capability of using the map and I think your phone or something like
that's
that.
necessary.
Yeah,
But text messages and all that, it will tell the person we'll send this pretty much when he stops driving.
I like that. I'm gonna have to look that up, man. I didn't know that was on the phone. Okay, all right. See, I am ready to give up the addiction.
I'm ready to repent
from the addiction.
I ain't addicted
now, scroll down to how can you decrease social media use?
How can you decrease social media use?
Let's jump down to the bullet points.
Delete your social media apps from your smartphone.
Oh, that's going cold turkey. That's detox right there. Now look at this. This is how you know that we are all addicted. The moment we read that, all of us was like, shit. Oh, we felt it right here. Woo! You asking for a lot.
Right.
That means we are addicted, y'all. That thought came in my mind when I read that. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. Defense mechanism popped up.
Automatic.
We addicted, Cap.
And that's what happened.
I feel like you're gonna miss something.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna say that too. Keep reading.
While you can still access them from your personal computer.
That's a good point. You can get on YouTube on your computer. You get on Facebook on your computer. Damn.
Keeping them off your phone may help decrease the amount of time spent on social media overall.
Man, that's true. I don't know why I read this part.
Man, read it again. I ain't hear it.
Damn.
Read it again.
Delete your social media apps from your smartphone.
You can get on your personal computer, which is right.
Because you won't be on your laptop or your
all day, yeah.
All day.
Nah,
it's not
get up,
comfortable.
go, yeah.
You want, it's not comfortable enough, so you want to get up and relax, and next thing you know, you on your phone. So
we got to do.
That's very
we
important.
got to do a detox, y'all, and see if we can survive. See how long we can go without relapsing.
Right, because remember we always talk about there may be a time. Well, not maybe. There is going to be a time where we have to get on the run, whatever. Ain't no social media.
Ain't none of that.
We gonna be so stuck trying to get out of here, thinking about Instagram and Facebook.
Is the phone gonna cause us eternal life because we're gonna complain in the wilderness? Man, I wish I had my phone on me right now. Doug gonna be like this. Did you hear that? Angel be like, you heard that? I heard it. It came from right there. All the attention go right on you. Everybody gonna move.
Yeah, when we came out of Egypt, it was leeks and melons. We gonna have phones, social media.
Okay, let's finish reading the rest of these bullet points.
Set aside a certain amount of time dedicated to social media per day. Turn on a timer to help keep you accountable.
That's a good one. Go to the next one.
Leave your phone, tablet, and computer out of your bedroom.
That takes discipline right there. These are ways to not be addicted to the gray hole no more. This is good, y'all. It hurt to the soul, but it's going to benefit us. Go ahead.
Take up a new hobby that's not technology related.
Reading. How about reading? Read as many books as you can. Let's go to the next bullet point.
Make it a point to see your friends and family in person when possible.
Let's go to the key takeaways real quick at the bottom.
Key takeaways. Social media is increasingly omnipresent today, but this doesn't mean you'll automatically develop an addiction to it. By taking frequent breaks and setting clear boundaries for yourself and your children, you can help prevent an over-reliance on social media before it becomes harmful.
It becomes harmful. Let's give me that in Joshua chapter 1. So let's plug in what we should be putting in place of the addiction of social media. Joshua 1 and verse 8.
That's Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
So what was our ancestors addicted to? What was their time consumed by? The righteous of the people. They was dedicated or meditating upon the law day and night. That took the place of what we have now in social media. How much better off will we be in understanding and wisdom if we are meditated upon the law of God day and night? With the limited time that we already got here upon earth and in Babylon the Great being servants, we are wasting a lot of time on porn, with these other addictions like the alcohol, the heroin, the porn, whatever it may be, and social media. We're wasting a lot of time. And God looks at us upon the man. Y'all don't even know what he could give us so much more if we just let go of the addictions of the world, love not the world, and meditated upon him more. Read that again.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
Have good success. Give me that in the book of Psalms chapter 63. Psalms chapter 63, and I want to read verse 6. Instead of having the cell phone at night in bed, and I've told myself, I'm going to start doing this, and the damn addiction has kept me from doing it all week. Psalm 63 and 6.
Psalms chapter 63 and verse 6. When I remember thee upon my bed.
I remember you before I go to bed. I'm going to read before I go to bed. Read.
And meditate on thee in the night watches.
But what I do? The addiction got me where I'm scrolling on my phone in the daggone bed.
When you fall asleep.
Can't even damn go to sleep.
Can't go to sleep when I want to, but if I just meditated upon the word of God, upon my night watches in my bed, I could get a good night of sleep when I need to be.
Thinking about the kingdom.
Damn. And God can, he can, what it say when we sleep, give me that in the book of Job. Yeah. Where's that at in the book of Job? He put them instructions.
36.
36. Is that what you said? Let's see. Is it 37? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? You sure? I don't think it's 36.
No.
33, verse 14.
There you go.
Job chapter 33 and verse 14. For God speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth not.
If we meditated upon God upon our bed in the night watches, what would happen?
In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed.
God said, then I'll start talking to you then. When you're ready to go to bed and you're meditating upon my word, and this is in your spirit instead of the addiction of the great whore, then God said he gonna do what? Verse 16.
Then he openeth the ears of men.
He gonna open up our ears, so when we hear the understanding coming from the scriptures, from the bishops and the deacons and other classes, what we meditated on at night, he gonna expound upon that. Like when we hear it, like, oh, that goes with this. Oh, that's this. I was reading that. Go ahead, Cap.
Remember when you read earlier in Revelations, those that was drunken, their ears and their eyes was closed.
Good point.
This says that when you meditate on the Lord and meditate on the scriptures, in the nighttime, he will open your ears.
That's heavy right there.
That's how you detox.
That's how you detox. Yeah. With the word of God, meditate on that. Man, that's good right there. Let's go to that next article that we got there about PubMed is research trends. I want to scroll down to the second paragraph of that where it says among. Let's read that. Watch these numbers, y'all. Go ahead, pull it up.
Among the 7.91 billion people in the world as of 2022.
Now I think it's up to 8 billion people in the world now. Go ahead.
4.62 billion active social media users.
That's more than half the people in the world are addicted to social media.
And the ones that's not on there is probably because they cannot get on.
Yep.
They don't have no service or whatever in their countries.
Yep. Now watch this. Watch this, y'all. Watch this.
And
this is how we know God is pissed at us, especially his children that are upon the earth. We give it into the great whore, and our focus is everywhere else but him. Read that next part of it.
And the average time individuals spend using the internet was 6 hours and 58
7 hours.
minutes.
Let's round up. 7 hours
per day, with an average use of social media platforms of 2 hours and 27 minutes.
We wasting a third of our
Third,
day.
I was just gonna say a third of your day.
Come on now, dog.
33% of your day.
And if you don't believe that, go on if you got an iPhone, I don't know how Android works. Go look at the screen time settings.
Yeah,
go there and look at it.
That's a kryptonite. I avoid looking at that.
Man,
That's messed up.
Damn,
it'll tell your addiction.
7 hours a day, we on some form of the internet. So that means that if we not on our phone, then we at home on a computer doing it.
Or on the TV with the YouTube thing.
Too much time being spent on Babylon. It's too much focus, man. Give me that in Isaiah 47. Watch this. This is what this is showing us right here, y'all. Isaiah 47, I want you to read verse 1.
Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Virgin daughter of Babylon is America. It's not ancient Babylon. It's the daughter of Babylon. Everything that was found there is found here, but on a greater level, a greater scale. Go ahead.
Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Only way you're going to realize that this place say tender and delicate is when you are meditating upon that word, where he can open up your ears and your eyes in the night watches, where you can see that, man, this ain't no tender and delicate woman. This is a whore with a capital W. A great whore. Now watch this. Jump up to verse 8. Look at this. With the great whore that ain't really tender and delicate as she presents herself to be, to fool people to come here This is the place where the freedoms, you have freedoms, the democracy for all, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. You can worship whatever God you want to. You can worship Satan here. Come one, come all of the light bearer of the world. Look what it says, what God says about it. Read that verse 8.
Isaiah chapter 47, verse 8. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures.
Thou that are what?
That are given to pleasures.
The great whore is given to pleasures, man. Whatever you want, you can get it here. You want to be a man, you want to be a woman in Saudi Arabia? They don't play that stuff.
Nah.
Come over here. Oh, man, we'll chop that off for you, split that thing around, split it open right there, put you some hair, and you can be a woman by the end of the year.
Yeah.
You'll be a woman by the end of the year because this place is given to pleasures like no other place on the face of the earth. Babylon the Great. Read verse 8 again.
Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly.
That does what?
Dwellest carelessly.
It's just free for all, free spirit. Whatever you want to do, you can do it here. Go ahead.
That sayest in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me.
I'm God. I say what's right. I say what's wrong. Go ahead.
I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
Now give me that in 1 Peter chapter 4, because I want to show you what some of the pleasures that are found in the great whore or the virgin daughter of Babylon. 1 Peter 4, verse 3. What's this I got right here? This is what I was talking about. Let's play that video first.
Oh my God.
This is the pleasures that dwellers curse. This is the virgin daughter, the whore. Let's pull it up first so they can see. Read that for them.
1 Peter's chapter.
No, the video.
Stud edition. Her ninja said she could only hire a female trainer.
Her ninja. She can only hire a female trainer. She's the female trainer, y'all. Play it.
Y'all be mad at masculine women for what? Shit. I heard we giving the best of both worlds. If your man's mad, tell him I don't give a fuck.
Man.
Wow. That was a woman, y'all.
Oh, that's crazy.
What's that? Read that. 1 Peter 4 and 3.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 3. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles.
The Gentiles would be what? These Europeans, these Edomites, these Americans. We've lived long enough in the will of the Gentile. We've served this great whore for far too long. Go ahead.
When we walked in lasciviousness,
evil
lust,
sexual desires, lust,
excess of wine,
drunk,
revelings,
banquetings, go ahead,
and abominable idolatries.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays, man, you done enough for that stuff. God saying He's been merciful enough to spare our life, where we can hear the word of truth and turn from it. God say, man, you've been living after that great whoring yourself out in the process for far too long, man. Revelation 18 and 4. Now we need to do this. Don't live in the pleasures of that great whore, that virgin daughter anymore. Do this. Revelation 18 and 4.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Come out of the virgin daughter that grew up to be a great whore. When she first became a country in 1776, she was a virgin daughter. She was barely starting out, didn't know how to take it in, how to receive it. But when she got grown, she became a great whore and perfected. Perfected. Say you guys. She perfected her whoredom when she got older, and God's telling us to do what? Read
Come
it again.
out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues.
Got to come out of his place. And when he say come out of this place, what's that, Jeremiah chapter 50? Jeremiah chapter 50. What does he mean come out of it? Because the great whores, what do you say, influence has spread everywhere. So as we looked earlier, there's a form of whoredom and all of these things everywhere. So what is he saying? 50 and 6?
51.
51 and 6. Okay.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul.
Deliver your what?
deliver every man his soul.
Stop being addicted to this place, God is saying. Deliver your soul from the addictions, from the wine that we've been drinking. Go ahead.
Be not cut off in her iniquity.
This is one thing about it. God gonna judge this place for the evil that it does.
Right.
Yeah, we partake in it, but God's gonna destroy this place for the evil that it has done since its youth. Go ahead.
For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
A recompense. Watch this. Jump back to Jeremiah 50. Jeremiah chapter 50. Let's see what that recompense look like. Give me verse 13. Jeremiah 50, verse 13. What's that recompense look like?
Chapter 50 and verse 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited.
That's what's coming upon this place for the evil that is that's the recompense that God's going to give it. It shall not be inhabited. This is how you know it's not talking about ancient Babylon, but the great whore, the virgin daughter, it said it won't be inhabited. Babylon is modern day Iraq now. It's people there.
Right.
So this is talking about America. It shall not be inhabited. Read on.
But it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues.
Keep reading.
Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about.
This is all the armies of the world. Go ahead. And what they're going to do?
All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her.
God says, shoot her wicked ass down.
Spare no arrow.
Do what?
Spare no arrow.
Empty the clip on her, God says. Go ahead.
For she have sinned against the Lord.
She did what?
She has sinned against the Lord.
But if you are asleep, you won't realize that the porn, the addictions, the barbiturates, the uppers, the downers, the alcohol, the social media is a sin against God. You'll partake in those things and get caught up in the plagues yourself. Go ahead, Officer Pagiel.
Hey, let me get 1 Corinthians 6, verse 16, because, you know, you read how God said, listen, if you don't separate from the whore, you're going to be destroyed with it. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 16. What? Know ye not that he which is joined to a harlot?
A harlot is a whore.
Is one body? For two, saith he, shall be one flesh.
So, hey, if you don't think that, listen, America the way it is, if you don't think you one flesh with America, God says you are one flesh with the whore. He destroys the whore, he will destroy you.
Damn. Man. Because the things that are found in the great whore are found in your soul that you did not deliver. Hit the ball. Go back to Jeremiah chapter 50. We're about to wrap it up here. 50, and I want you to read verse 15.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 15. Shout against her round about. She have given her hand. Her foundations are fallen.
All this evil that she has in it, God said, I'm going to tear all of this down. It's going to fall. Go ahead.
Her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her, as she have done, do unto her.
I'll jump over to 23 now, because God, he mentions it in Jeremiah 50 2 or 3 times that what he's going to do to Babylon, the great whore. Go ahead.
Verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
Destroyed. Nobody would have thought that the place where the porn goes out the most would ever fall, would ever be destroyed. Go ahead.
I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also
that
taken.
That snare that God laid for thee is where they thought that the perversion of giving everybody the freedoms that they wanted would actually make this place a better country, but it ultimately destroyed the people from the inside out, and they became a decayed estate, dead people living in hell. Rito, go ahead.
Because our Father says, thou shalt not. He put parameters on what we can and cannot do, what we can and cannot eat, how we should dress, how we shouldn't dress, what we should do, who we should marry, who we should not. He put parameters on the things like a good father, a father that want us to be well in the mind would do.
Yep.
But the great horse says, do as you will.
Do as thou
do
wilt.
that will.
Yep.
That's not the spirit of the Lord, because it tells you even in Wisdom of Solomon, is the Holy Spirit of discipline.
Right.
And that's exactly what the great whore is against. The Holy Spirit of discipline.
Damn, good point.
Order.
Good point right there. Let's read that again. Verse, where we at? Verse 24?
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 24. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware.
Because you wasn't aware. You know why? Because you was getting all that money from them 150 billion users a year for $14.99. You wasn't aware that it was destroying the fabric of society with all these addictions you put out on the earth. Go ahead.
Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord.
Read.
The Lord has opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
Read on.
For this is the work of the Lord God of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans.
Verse 26.
Come against her from the uttermost border.
We just read there where God said, all ye come against her. Go ahead.
Open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left.
Man, this is how we know this is talking about America. The same thing in Revelation. Jump over to verse 40.
Verse 40. As God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
He overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah with what? With fire. Go ahead.
And the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein.
I told you, he said it 2-3 times. He want to make sure you understand that the judgment for this great whore, she going to be wiped off the face of the damn earth. Keep reading.
Behold, a people shall come from the north.
That's NATO. Go ahead.
And a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. They shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel and will not show mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses, everyone put in array, like a man to the battle against
a man in the battle against thee. Against who?
O daughter of Babylon.
Oh, who?
Of Babylon.
O daughter of Babylon, thou shalt be destroyed for all the evil and the addictions that you got in this world. Our job is not to be addicted to those things and be delivered. Right. Go ahead, Cap.
Right. Go back to Revelation 18 and start at 5. Get through this quick. Revelation 18 and verse 5, right? Because we read earlier that these things are gonna God know about it, and he's pissed about it. Read.
Revelations chapter 18, verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven.
For her sins have reached to the Father. Read.
And God has remembered her iniquities. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double, according to her works. In the cup which she had filled to her double.
Read.
How much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and I'm no widow, and shall see.
She says, I am in power, and I'm not going to give up my power. No widow, read.
And shall see no sorrow.
Ain't nothing going to happen to me. That's what they say. And you see the generals, you see people in Congress, America's going to stand forever. But watch what God say, verse 8.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
One day.
Death. And mourning. And famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire.
Utterly means totally destroyed. Read.
For strong is the Lord God who judges her.
Read.
And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her.
Read.
And lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Read.
Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
So God is going to destroy utterly Babylon, the great whore. Everything that you know, your porn,
all your addictions.
All your addictions is gone.
All praises to the
And
Most
you might get burned with it if you caught in it.
You better come up out this place.
Come out of
All right. All praise to the Most High, man. That's been our show here on Four Corners News. All praise to the Most High. Lord's will life last. Be on the same place, same time next week. All right. So all praise to the Most High, man. Thank you for tuning in. It's an FCN class special. Tell your mama and them, man. Have them subscribe to the page, man.
That's right.
So we can grow the viewership. You know how YouTube is, man. They'll cut us off for speaking truth in one place. We got to be somewhere else, man. Hey, this is all for the gathering of our people. So let's do what we can to get this word to as many people as possible.
That's right.
By subscribing. All
But
right.
you know what? They won't cut off Pornhub.
No, they won't cut that off. None of them addictions. Go ahead, Cap.
All right, Israel, it's that time again to put your money where your mouth is and support this truth.
That's right.
All right, don't forget to sign up to the Booster Club. Sign up at iuic.fundraiser@israelunite.org. Also, don't forget to help us out down here in Miami, all right? We're trying to keep the lights on. We're trying to make sure that the viewership goes up. So don't forget to visit us and support us. Sign up at iuic.miami at israelunite.org.
That's right.
All right. That's right. That's right. All right. Israel, with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.